All right. So this is our one of our products, Change Manager for Group Policy in Intune. And as you can tell, it is a modern product. You do use a web UI, so it's nice and sleek. You have the option to sign in with Windows authentication. We can do SSO with Entra ID. When you first log in, the dashboard does present you with the GPOs, containers, and Intune profiles that are delegated to you. So this is delegated to me. I've logged in. This is what rights I have to see. And it does give you a good overview of the condition of your environment or the state of your GPOs. Under my objects, you get to see there are three types of objects that we do perform change management on. There's the GPOs. So you can select a GPO, you get to see the status, the action, and then you get to see the details of the GPO here. The other option is containers. Just as it is important to review the settings of a GPO to make sure you're not including anything, any mistakes in that, it's just as important to ensure that you review which GPO gets linked to an OU or to a domain or to a site. And that's the
One poorly linked GPO could be your career limiting configuration
right,
keys.
right, yeah. And then finally, the Intune profiles. You can manage your Intune profiles right from the same screen, And so as you can see, you have one single pane of glass that allows you to manage all three types of containers in your environment. When it comes to delegation, we have about 7 out of the box roles: product administrator, GPO creator, break glass, and then we an auditor, and then we have an additional 3 more roles: approver, editor, and deployer. We have this awesome fine-grained delegation here with restricted policies. So let's say, David, you have the password policies. You have a security engineer that's responsible for all the security decisions that are being done or changes that are being done in the environment. You can limit this section of the policy only for that security engineer. So everybody else can go ahead and make changes as they need to other parts of the GPO. But when it comes to this portion of the GPO, that's been reserved for that one security engineer or a group of security engineers or whoever you define in the allow user or group. We also have notification and alerting. So every action that happens when you check something out, like when you check something out, edit it, and then check it in, you get that notification that goes to the approver via email. And that approver is going to get a before and after snapshot of the GPO. So they're going to get a difference report. They're going to say, what's in production is these settings, but now it's been changed to this. Do you want to approve it or do you want to reject it? So they can do that. And then if you do have a separate deployer role, so a different person who does do the deployment, then once they approve it, it will go to the deployer role, the person who is going to be deployed. And they get that same difference report, right? So throughout the actions if in Change Manager, you're being kept informed as to the changes that are being done. On top of that, we have the ability to also send additional alerting to a Teams channel. Now, this is my lab, so it's not very exciting. But you get to see an example of some of the information that you can notify. Now, you don't have to notify everything. For example, if a role is granted or removed or something's checked in, you don't have to go into that much detail, but it is helpful to be able to be informed, especially when you have management who might not be part of that change management process, right? But you might want everybody else to be informed as to what's going on in the environment. This is especially helpful for when you have a delegated distributed delegation model. So you have a team that is managing GPOs for servers. You have a team that is managing GPOs for workstation, and then probably a third team that managing Intune profiles. So how does if they're all doing their own things and they're all their own approvers as well, how does someone, for example, like a service owner for Active Directory or service owner for the infrastructure, become aware of the changes that are being going on? This is a great opportunity to do that. So that's at a very high level. I mean, if if anybody's interested, yeah, we do have a YouTube channel that goes into in depth. But just to show you an example, if you did wanted to check out a GPO and make a change, you would check this out. You could select edit, and we try to make the experience very familiar with with what folks are familiar with. So we have our own editor that connects to the GPMC API, uses those same API so that the experience is the same. So I'm just going to delete this over here, and I'm going to go back. And now I'm going to check it in. You'll notice that you're prompted to enter a severity, a change record number, and then a comment, updated GPP mapping. Okay. Now to this is going to go to the approver. The approver is going to get that comment in an email. He's going to see the differences in the email, and then he can come here, approve it, or he can reject it. And now, if you have a separate deployer, they would then get a notification. He would come in here, hit deploy, either deploy immediately or schedule to deploy. This, we have customers that say that this has saved them because they don't have to wait till midnight in order to hit, deploy a change or to make a change. They can set it in the system and then would automatically do it for them. Once it's deployed, what happens is everybody in that approver, editor, and deployer role will get a notification saying that the deployment was successful. All right. Same process that we talked about, having conflicting processes or different processes. The same process is being able to link GPOs. So here I'm going to edit this OU here. I'm going to pick a domain, pick a specific GPO that I want. Maybe this one here. I can add it, and it comes down here. And the cool thing with this interface is that you can also just click and drag to change the link order. If you want to enforce a specific GPO, you can delete a GPO, disable a GPO, and so forth. Once you're done, you select OK, check in, approve, and deploy. And that process is the same when it comes to Intune profiles, right? Again, you would check it out, edit a setting, and then check it in and roll that out. So just at a quick high level of what Change Manager is, a brief introduction of what Change Manager does and how it can help you.